Hello, and welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we talk about concepts to bring contemplation into our everyday lives. You know, we try to come to you every Sunday morning, and we do this live, and we hope to, show you that we are show you different ways to live life to its fullest and to be fully present. And today, we're going to talk very much about that in a way that where me, our individual me, meets we, are all interconnected communities. And so, Spirit once said to me, by shifting our perspective from me to we, magical transformations can occur. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about. So let's get to it.
Welcome. Now creating a life of peace. This is Contemplative Living with David Bennett. Contemplations and reflections to help with spiritual living. This podcast is made possible by dharmatalks.com.
So, in this world, we are constantly battling with the idea of being separate. And we all need someone to talk to because it's easy to become isolated. And this is kind of like the cosmic joke, the universe has thrust us into this life where we feel isolated, alone, striving to make our way in the world. And when in reality, that's a real illusion because we are all really interconnected and interdependent upon each other. But most of the time, we tend to strive with that isolation and that focus on, me, that I have to do this. I have to, go here. I have to, do the grocery shopping. I have to clean out the garage. I have to, it's a lot of I and me. And it's sad because it then transfers into the way that we live our lives. And so we need a new path of increased development to think beyond me. And in order to do that, we need, because from social media platforms to the corporate boardrooms, the focus on me has become ingrained in our society. But what if we dared to challenge this status quo? What if we sought a new path that prioritized collective growth over personal gain? It's undeniable that progress and development are essential for any society to thrive. However, true advancement should not come at the expense of others or be limited to one's own interests alone. I mean, we all do that. We focus on ourselves. So instead, we need a fresh perspective that encourages us to think beyond ourselves, a mindset where collaboration takes precedence over competition. And by shifting our attention toward the concept of we open up endless possibilities for innovation and inclusivity. Imagine a world where corporations prioritize sustainability rather than profit margins, and where governments could work hand in hand with communities to solve pressing issues like poverty, inequity, where individuals support each other's dreams instead of tearing down in envy. This requires a paradigm shift of consciousness and an effort on all levels. From policymakers shaping the national agenda to everyday people challenging our own biases. It necessitates embracing diversity, nurturing empathy, and fostering an environment that's conducive to collaborative problem solving. That's what we need. And as humankind stands at the crossroads between the ego-driven isolationism or collective prosperity, it's crucial for us to take stock of our values and consider how our choices impact those around us. The call for change, it's resounding very loudly. We can all hear it. And I invite you to join the chorus, because that's where we're going to affect change. Now, touch the person you are beyond the person you seem to be. We all create these, I like to call them cloaks or these facades where we feel like we should be this type of individual. This is who we think we should be. But does it really mesh up with who we truly are, with our true nature, our higher consciousness? Does it really mash up? Because we can't see each other most of the time because our I, our me, is in the way. And picture this: a bustling street filled with people rushing to their destinations. Yet amidst the chaos, we find ourselves feeling alone. That's not hard to imagine, is it? The world around us seems distant and disconnected. Why? Perhaps because our own self-perception has become an opaque barrier that prevents us from truly seeing others. It blinds us. It blinds us. And in today's individualistic society, we're encouraged to focus on ourselves, on our desires, our ambitions, and successes. We build walls of semi-importance that shield us from genuine human condition. That self-importance can be the seed of isolation. But what if we could shatter those barriers and rediscover the beauty of interconnectedness? Imagine a reality where empathy reigns supreme and where understanding another's struggles becomes as natural as breathing, where compassion flows effortlessly through every interaction. It's within our power to create such a world. And by recognizing that true fulfillment lies not solely in personal achievements, but also in shared experiences. By shifting our perspective from I to we, magical transformations can occur. That's what Spirit shared with me. And our vision clears that egocentric blinders, and revealing unique stories that are etched into every face that are passing by. As we embrace vulnerability and open up about our fears and dreams, and then connections bloom like wildflowers. The journey toward unity begins when we bravely step outside ourselves and acknowledge the existence of others beyond mere surface level type of interactions. And this quest for greater understanding helps us where the me within me can intertwine beautifully with the world and the circumstances that I find myself in. So, realizing who I am and knowing compassion for all beings is true to who and what I am. Compassion is a large part of our true nature. And when we connect with our higher consciousness, our true nature, our true self. We know that compassion. And we realize that that's who we really are. And we don't need to produce compassion because we are compassion. Compassion requires no effort, no production. Rather, it emerges effortlessly as we understand that every living being shares in this human experience together. When we recognize our interconnectedness with others, their joys become our celebrations, and their sorrows ours to alleviate. By embracing ourselves as vessels of compassion, we embark on transformative journeys toward collective well-being. Compassion has no limits. It expands exponentially when shared among individuals who choose empathy daily over indifference or apathy. I remember from the life review in my near-death experience that each act of compassion ripples through time and space. A gesture today may shape countless tomorrows yet unseen. As we cultivate compassionate thoughts and deeds within ourselves, we inspire those around us to do the same until kindness becomes contagious. It becomes a wildfire spreading love throughout humanity's tapestry. And in truth, producing compassion seems unnecessary when all along it resides deep within us, patiently awaiting acknowledgement so that it can flourish unencumbered by doubt or hesitation. It doesn't need those barriers. Now, our separate selves are not all we are. We've learned to go beyond and help in everything that we do. We've learned this. We've seen it. We've seen the benefits of it. We've seen what connection and creativity and purpose can do, the power that resides within that. And so we know that we can go beyond. We know that we are in this illusion of being separate as me, as I, but we have this greater self that is interconnected. So let's remember that while our separate self constitutes just one part of who we are as individuals, there also exists within us an immense capacity to connect with others on a deeper level. We don't need that isolation. And together, let's continue exploring those uncharted territories where me seamlessly merges with we. Yeah. And that can propel us toward a future filled with empathy and solidarity. Those are the things that I hope that we can all find together. That we can kind of break free from the cloaks of illusion that we shroud ourselves in because we think we need to be this type of individual forging his way through life and all of that. That used to be a big part of who I was. But once my eyes were awakened and I started to see the reality that we are greater than just this physical presence that we have, then I was able to see that we can constantly move forward. And we can do it with compassion. We can help each other by recognizing that together we're so much stronger. Together we can accomplish a lot. We can make this a better place to live. But the separateness tends to divide us. We need to work away from that. We need to recognize that interconnection. And by doing that, working together to create a better possibility for all of us. For all of us. I hope you have a blessed week. I hope these seeds of contemplation can help you. And if it gave you one moment of, I need to explore that, then I hope you subscribe and I hope you come back to our podcast. All right. Have a blessed week. Namaste.
Thank you for listening today to Contemplative Living with David Bennett. Please be sure to subscribe, listen, and share with your friends wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and the Podbean app. You can find the links to these on David's website, dharmatalks.com, on the Contemplative Living page. Have a blessed week.